bitches hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody. I just scraped it off the top.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go from Jacksonville. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22.
Got it. Let's put 6 on the board, fellas.
He'll get that out wide to Duvernay. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And on an RPO, everything happens so fast, and as a defender, you can't get stuck trying to figure out what's going on. That time he had it figured out in a flash, and he was able to make a beeline to the receiver and make the play.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Going up top. And that is incomplete. The Jaguars at 13-3 now on the year. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that can ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15, and it was the visiting Jaguars who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Jacksonville. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And this defense for the Colts, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Hey, get that check, Ryan.
They'll run with Tanner to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a play fake here on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Bennett. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
From the gun, it's Taylor. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And we'll get this early to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready?
They turn to Taylor on 4th. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here in the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Now Lawrence on first down. Open man right side is Ingram. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On play action, Lawrence. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert. And the ball is free. Taylor lost it. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. They'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is into the hands of Campbell downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 94 now on the season. Now Lawrence. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown out a little bit more.
And he loses the football a second time. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you could almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Etienne up the middle, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Finds his tight end Ingram. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll run with Etienne. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a nice second effort we just saw there. So I'm trying to get to the end zone, but a lot of times near the goal line, that second effort can lead to disaster. Make sure you hold on to the football because there's going to be guys swarming when you're carrying it.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars take a 3-touchdown lead. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Check contact, check contact.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. Nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
They're going to try and throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So a bold call, but this drive will forge on. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. The play fake. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bennett. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking deep for Bennett. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points, as time will run out on this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, they're backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. Looking to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Irv Smith Jr., his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now down to 20. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
A short kick taken at the 18. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
He's got a man complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators work so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been...
Touchdown!
Travis Etienne.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jags get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. There's a Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Jags grab it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Man, that's a third fumble for him now in this ball game. And you know the old saying, CD, once is a fluke, twice a coincidence, 3 times becoming a pattern.
3 times is a problem in this case because we've seen.
Well, that's the third interception for Lawrence. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of play.
And he's taken down back at his own 7. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
On play action, they'll throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18 from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll look to throw here. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game,
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marcus Davenport just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the second straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the third. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Etienne on the toss right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
Here we go, set. Play. Hit it.
Going with their tight end on 4th. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Etienne once more. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. Blankenship's kick is good. That will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, You never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On second down, it's Taylor. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The offense on third down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Back to throw here. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. 48 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So they had it bottled up, able to make a man miss, and then boom, off to the races.
And it's how he made him miss. A little bit of strength, too. Had to work through contact to get him off of him. And then once he did that, now he put his agility to use and took off.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Blankenship's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half was... And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Jaguars are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. On first down, right back to Etienne. Taken down at the 47-yard line. Tackle there by Nick Cross. Fans usually love to see scoring, and there's no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
This game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Jacksonville, they